Behold, the new flagship in-ear earphone from the mighty giant Sennheiser, the IE900. The IE900 takes its place as the new top dog of Sennheiser's earphone stack over the IE800S, which was released in 2017. Competition is fierce in this space, and in these 4 years, we've seen a real explosion in exotic hybrid and multi-driver designs. So is the IE900 with its single dynamic driver enough to keep Sennheiser in the running at these higher price points? Well, long story short, yes, and let's find out why. The IE900 follows up on the design we first saw in the IE300, though now the whole earpiece is finished in metal, with the majority milled out of a single block of aluminium. Besides bringing a lustrous sheen and improved durability, the new metallic housing seems to introduce some sonic differences when compared to the ceramic housing of the IE800S. The IE900 comes with ear tips which feature a foam filter and waveguide that have a big effect on the final sound. Alas, just like with the IE300, I found that because these stock ear tips are shorter than average, I don't quite get a good seal of them in my ears unless I am very careful with the angle of insertion. While you may get a better fit with longer third-party ear tips, so far I haven't found any tips that sound as balanced as the stock ear tips. If you find something that works well, let us know in the comments. Sennheiser has let us know that there is a way of mounting the ear tip further up the nozzle of the earphone, which can help achieve a better fit with a wider soundstage. But this also makes the sound of the IE900 even more intense, something which we'll get to in a moment. Something nice to see is that the IE900 comes with 3 cables, including a standard 3.5mm and balanced 2.5 and 4.4mm cables, all featuring standard MMCX connectors. Once again, like with the IE300, the deep socket of the MMCX receiver on the earpiece will render many third-party cables incompatible, though we imagine many people will be satisfied with the selection of cables that are included right out of the box. Let's move on to the acoustic design. Sennheiser has once again decided to stick with a single dynamic driver rather than a multi-driver setup. With a single dynamic driver, you do not need a complex electronic crossover to send different frequencies to different drivers. Some people find this approach more appealing because it's more elegant and avoids the phase distortion and impedance issues that make multi-driver setups more picky about what you plug them into. Sennheiser has employed a single dynamic driver that covers a broad range of frequencies, and then they've used mechanical tuning to dial in the final sound of the product in the form of 3 Helmholtz resonators milled right into the earpiece. Now, if you recall, the IE800 used a similar scheme with 2 Helmholtz resonators for tuning, though in the case of the IE800, those resonators were obvious on the exterior design rather than hidden away inside. The results of these tweaks is, quite frankly, astounding. The IE900 has some of the best bass and cleanest imaging of any earphone I have ever heard. At the low end, the IE900 reaches deep into the sub-bass with a tactile and controlled kick, outdoing my Sony Z1R in terms of delivering clean, seemingly limitless lows. At the high end, the IE900 sounds just as startlingly pristine, with sparkle and detail retrieval that makes acoustic instruments really come alive. Overall soundstage is wide and imaging within that soundstage is tremendous, and in terms of painting a vivid picture, the IE900 is category leading. However, this is not a relaxing earphone to listen to. While the IE900 isn't overly harsh, the extra high frequency detail combined with a mildly recessed lower mid-range means that the IE900 delivers a very high energy sound with all genres. Vocals seem to have extra upper harmonics, and some instruments like triangles and bell chimes have a shimmer that can be a bit distracting. We do not know if this is the product of switching to a metal housing, but the upper harmonics of the IE900 can sound unnatural with some tracks, and some voices can lack body. Yes, separation and detail is amazing, and the IE900 makes almost every other single dynamic driver earphone sound muddy. But at the same time, earphones like the Astell & Kern T9IE and even Sennheiser's previous flagship IE800S offer a more mellow and relaxed listen. So it depends on what you want out of an earphone. The more natural presentation of something like the Sony Z1R or T9IE, or something that sounds more focused and somehow hyper-real like the IE900. While the IE900 is not going to be an earphone I would reach for every time, I think it does what it does so well that I think this earphone probably belongs in every collection as an example of what can be achieved with a carefully tuned single driver design. Pop into our store for a listen or order online and you can let us know what you think. This is Lachlan for Minidisc TV, and we'll see you next time.